everyone, it's Lynn again. How y'all doing? Thanks for stopping by. Thank y'all that have been watching my videos. I really appreciate it. And if you're new here, thank y'all for coming. I started using the gym, gosh, when I was in my mid-40s. I know that's kind of late, but that was when I started using it. And I was able to use the gym at the university where I was working. And so it was, at no cost to me and very convenient because I could go there directly from work, and it also wasn't so far from where I lived. And I got used to it. I felt comfortable there. Even though the crowd was a young crowd, there were other faculty members and staff who also used the gym, and so it was, just a very comfortable situation because, people got to know each other. And so not so long ago, I decided that I would change gyms before I retired, and I wanted to go to a gym that was closer now to where I live. And I thought about it, and I was apprehensive. I thought I might feel intimidated by going, but the fact is, after I was there for a few days, I felt comfortable and realized that I have nothing to worry about. And this is what I want to tell you. You have nothing to worry about in going to the gym, all right? There are lots of reasons that we might worry, but doesn't matter what your age is, what your physical condition is, you can go to the gym. You can use the gym, and you don't have to be afraid to go there. Now, one of the things I might express right now is if you're going because of health issues, you want to make sure that your doctor is in agreement with you taking those steps. That's very important to make sure. But I know every time that I have asked my doctor, he said, you don't need to ask me. I think my own personal fear of going to the gym was thinking that the gym would be full of, muscle jocks strutting around and looking down upon me because I wasn't in the same situation as they are. And I have to tell you from my experience at my current gym, that's far from the truth. There are, sure, muscle jocks there, but there's about every other kind of person there. The first time I went, I was given a tour, and I was so surprised. First of all, I wasn't the oldest person there. All right, there were people my age, people older, people younger, all ages of people at the gym. And the more that I have gone, I see, not only are there a great variety of ages, but there are people in all sorts of different physical conditions. No matter whether it's, weight conditions, whether it be heavy or whether it be thin. Some people come with physical disabilities. There are even people who come to the gym in walkers. So if you're worried about going to the gym because you're going to feel out of place because everybody is different than you, or is different in terms of being strong and muscular, that isn't going to be the case. Another thing that people are concerned about often is the cost. What's it going to cost me? And they think it's going to be exorbitant. Most gyms these days are not that pricey. There may be an initial entry fee that's charged, but the monthly fees are not that bad. My gym charges $29 a month. And when you think of $29 a month, what is that? About 3 or 4 McDonald's meals. So in this case, you're working to improve your health, so think about that in relation to cost. That's not so much. Other gyms, of course, vary. And if you're looking for a gym and cost is important to you, make sure you ask. Usually you can go in and you can get a tour and see what the gym is all about. and talk to them about prices. Often they have specials. Now, if you are retired, one of the things that might be available to you is this program called Silver Sneakers. Now, I have this in conjunction with my Medicare plan for my own insurance, and it would pay for my gym costs. But I decided on my own that if I was going to use the gym, I was going to pay for it, and that would make me obligated to go. Whereas if I were letting somebody else pay for it, then I might not go. So I decided to make that choice. But if you're retired, you might check into that. And in addition, if you're not retired and you're working, your own health plan may help supplement the gym costs. So check into that. Another thing that might cause you to be somewhat intimidated by the gym is using the equipment. When people think of the gym, they think of heavy weights and elaborate machines, and they worry that they might not be able to do that. But I promise you, there are things that everyone can do at the gym. If I were going for the first time, I would use the stationary bike. The stationary bikes at my gym are have very comfortable seats, wide seats, and that would be the first thing I would do, because they're positioned where you can get a good look at the gym, and that would let you take in, what else is available to you. Although there are other machines that are just as easy to use once you take a look at them. Many of the machines, you sit in them, maybe move your legs with them, maybe move your arms with them, whatever. But there are machines that you can use quite easily, even if you haven't had much training using the machines. But that brings us to another point. If you're there and you have questions about whether it's using the machines or what's available to you, always ask the staff. The staff usually are very, very very accommodating. I was under the impression that a lot of gyms, were pushing products, pushing training, and I have never had that experience. The staff at my gym is very low key, but if you need help, they're available and are very friendly. So don't be afraid to ask questions. If you're really unsure about using different pieces of equipment, it might be worth it to actually get a trainer. The gyms have trainers available, and yes, it's going to cost some money, but for 4 or 5 lessons, you can, get really familiar with all that's available and get some help in the use. And you might want to take on a trainer for a longer time. So, don't be afraid to use the equipment that's there at the gym. It's not that hard to use, and it doesn't have to be that straining. A lot of the machines, you can set them to their very, very lowest level, and basically you are just moving the machine without hardly any weight at all. And sometimes that's all you need. You want to move your body and get your muscles loose and work through that. At our age, we're not necessarily worried about building muscle. We're worried about staying healthy. We want to keep our health. So, speaking of health, that brings us to our Spanish word for today, salud. Did you ever think why Hispanic people say salud when we say cheers? Well, don't some people say to your health? So, salud. All right. And so, finally, the last thing I'd like to talk about and not be afraid of is not having enough time. Once you start going to the gym, you'll realize that you do have the time. And you almost need that time because it feels part of your day, part of your week, and it makes up for things where you might just be wasting time. And if you are retired, you have the time. Time can't be an excuse. And I found it really, really helpful for me to have the gym as part of my routine. It helps me know what I want to do, what I'm going to do. I do keep a record. I think that's important, keeping a record of what I do at the gym. For me, the record is not so much to get stronger, to lift heavier weights, but it's sort of motivation for me. I know that I need to check off these boxes and I will have completed my task. So folks, thanks for stopping by with me. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can do so down below. If you want to like this video, you can do that as well. I do hope that some of the information that I put forth here tonight will help you in making any decisions you might have about going to the gym. If exercise is on your mind, it certainly is a good opportunity. All right, thank you very much. Nos vemos.